On the table I have the Burnside knives Cabrillo. This is the first knife from a new company out of Portland, Oregon called Burnside Knives. The designer used to work with Adidas, I believe. I'm not sure the name of the designer at the moment. They have since come out with a second knife. I think it's called the Strauss, I believe. Well, this isn't going to be a very positive review. If you haven't seen very many videos on this knife, I think part of it is that people did not want to pay into the price, which right away, right now, on Blade HQ, and I think Burnside Knives site themselves, this blade goes for $130. And this current version, the orange handle and orange blade, is no longer available as a limited run, and it sold out pretty much right away when it went on the site. I know Blade HQ still has this in the black handled and satin blade, and the black handle and black blade. Now, $130, it's not a cheap knife, and if you're spending that much money, you're hoping to get something out of it. Now, when this came out, the first day it was on Blade HQ's site, it was actually, I paid $91.95 for it, so it wasn't $130 when I got it. Mostly I got it because I liked the look of it, and I just kind of took the risk. But yeah, so out of Portland, Oregon, but I don't think it's not marked on the blade, but this is actually assembled in Taiwan. So this is an overseas produced knife. So you get that idea of, oh, made in Portland, Oregon, kind of like, Benchmade or something. But no, this is actually made in Taiwan. And if you look closely here, AUS 8 steel. So you get AUS 8 steel made out of Taiwan, $130. Now, what are you getting with this knife? Well, you're getting about a 4-inch blade. It does deploy well. 4-inch blade. You have that kind of compound grind. Get that up closer so you can see that. Let's see if I can just focus this myself. There you go. I got that compound grind. You have a actually pretty decent forward choil here, which allows you to choke up on the knife if you did need to do that. Now you have these G10 scales, which provide no traction. They're very slick. It's kind of like almost like a fake wood pattern that was milled into them. Just kind of neat. But you look at some of the Benchmades or even other companies where they do that layered G10. It's usually a little bit more traction, and it's also just looks a lot nicer. This G10 just it doesn't look like a $130 knife G10. You got stainless steel liners, which are pretty thin, and they are not milled out at all. And that's another thing that comes as a surprise to this knife when you're paying this much money for it, is that this is a 6.5 ounce knife. So this is not light by any standards. It does have some decent jimping there. Not perfect, but it's something. The pocket clip is either tip up, right or left hand. So that's a plus. Pocket clip isn't anything special. Feels alright. It's got their logo Burnside on it. You have the Burnside logo on the blade, Cabrillo, and Os 8. So yeah, that's the thing, and I'll show you some comparisons here of why this knife is not worth it. So Taiwanese produced Os 8 steel, you could get a Rat Model 1. Slightly shorter blade than the Cabrillo, but you're paying $34, $35 for this. This particular one is a KnifeWorks exclusive, so you can get the orange handles. This is not G10, this is FRN, but honestly the texture of these two, I think you're actually getting a little bit more traction on the Rat Model 1, which is surprising, and you're paying a lot less. So you could pay about $35 compared to right now $130. Can't even get the orange one anymore from Burnside. And you can get the Rat Model 1. Similar would be the SE Avispa, which right now looking about $31, $32. Again, Taiwanese produced, Os 8 steel, about the same blade length, a little bit shorter, stainless steel frame lock, usable, nice usable blade. These full flat ground blades compared to hollow ground on the Cabrillo might be a little bit more useful. That's just kind of what you like. Let's see, another two we have here is, let's see, SOG Aegis. Again, Taiwanese produced, Os 8 steel. Now depending on the SOG Aegis you want, at the low end you'll pay about $52. It's like a black handle, satin blade. This particular one goes for about $75, $80. Still less. And in this you get an assisted opening mechanism. And you get SOG's version of Os 8. And one final one, another SOG Zoom. And that another Os 8, Taiwanese produced. This is going for $81, $82. Aluminum scales, great jimping on the top, and also reversible. Both SOGs are reversible for right or left hand carry. So is the Rat. The Avispa is also supposed to be. I've never actually tried to put the clip on the other side, but I mean, there you have it. You can either pay $130 for a Taiwanese produced Os 8 steel knife from Burnside, or all these here are all less than $100 that you're going to pay. So I'm not sure why it even went up to $130 after it was marketed as $91, $95 when I first purchased it, the first day it was out, because usually compared to the retailer's page that Burnside sells it for about $130, usually the MSRP is usually lowered, and you're not paying that much when you buy from somewhere like Blade HQ, so I'm not sure what happened with that. But regardless, you can get a lot of different options for the same quality steel. You're not getting G10, but do you really need G10 handles when you're paying $30, $35 for a knife? Not really necessary. And I don't know about their new knife that they came out with. I believe it's a titanium frame lock with D2 steel. I think that one goes for about $180. I've never seen it on the actual retailers, the different retailers like Blade HQ or Knife Center or any of those on their retailer sites. I've only seen it on the Burnside Knives site itself. But that one is about $180, which is getting closer to what the market would expect for those kind of materials, D2 steel and titanium. So that seems more reasonable than this $130 AUS 8 Taiwanese produced knife. So that's my review of the Burnside knives, Cabrillo. If you have any questions about this knife, I've not actually done any extensive cutting with this. But if you have any questions in general, just let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.